Mamitas.
Mamitas.
The Rundown's brought to you by Mamitas, because they like to say Mamitas.
A little twang there.
A little
I don't know if you
tequila
call it
and
twang,
soda. I like it. I got the mango flavor here. It's 5% alcohol by volume. So, you know, getting on that seltzer type trend. Only 95 calories, gluten-free for all my celiac disease people out there. Add some sparkling water to some tequila and you're good to go. Only 2 grams of sugar, and it's mucho delicioso. 5% is that's a nice. It's got some kick to it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got the nice. It's all about the can these days, you know. I feel like the seltzers took on the skinny can.
Makes me think I'll be skinny drinking it.
Has this? You know what I'm talking about? It's like paper.
Matt, exactly the word I was going to use.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
They all do that. I love it. It's all about the brand. It's like the same thing as wine. You know, you got a good bottle with a good label. It's the same thing here.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like the mango. So go to drinkmamitas.com or follow them on social media at drinkmamitas, and you can go order them on GoPuff or Drizzly today. Get them delivered to your house for the big game or cocktail hour or whatever. Mamitas, tequila and soda. Go get it. We'll start off. It's kind of a slow day today. It's a weird one. We'll start with Dan Campbell, though, who is the new head coach for the Lions. I don't know what Lions fans are feeling right now, but he gave one hell of an introductory press conference.
Yeah, this is the perfect guy for Detroit.
Yes.
I forgot Dan Campbell existed after Miami.
Right.
And I am also upset that he wasn't doing this press conference at a podium, so we couldn't see the Dan Campbell power stance.
Yeah,
the very wide.
And he's got like in shorts, got shredded legs. Yep.
That was.
But like happy to see that. While we didn't get to see that, not much has changed.
Yeah,
you know,
he's still
that
on the
same
internet
guy.
with that, and then like. I honestly don't even know where he's been.
Yeah, just in obscurity, and
I
now
don't know
he's
where
a
he's
head coach.
been since Miami, but now he's a head coach with a 6-year deal, which is a preposterous deal if you ask me.
But you know what? Until you realize that they're taking on the identity of Detroit, and that he's gonna punch. You're gonna get punched in the mouth and take it with a smile, and then he's gonna scratch and claw, and he's gonna bite your kneecap, and then he's gonna bite your other kneecap, and then he's gonna bite your third kneecap.
I think that almost like in the old school NHL days, to draft a player, he had to be from your area. You don't have to do the same thing with the NFL, but like. He has to
match the vibe.
He has to fit the vibe, and Dan Campbell is a round 1 pick for Detroit.
Oh yes.
Saying he's gonna bite kneecaps off, like I think a kneecap.
He's cursing. He's dropping S-bombs.
You got to eat harder. You have to really dedicate yourself to eat a kneecap.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just gonna bite it off like it was a fucking pinky.
I thought that was a bizarre choice. Like, I'll bite your kneecap.
He's got a mouth big enough to do it. I feel like he could really get the whole. I feel like they went to a junkyard and they're like, Dan, and he like. I'm ready to coach.
He's sitting there just biting through aluminum cans. Yes, you rang.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd like me to be a head coach? Sure.
And they fucking just blow in lines of fucking beans, like just snorting beans and biting the cans off.
Yeah.
They went looking for a dog. They found him. They're like, even better.
6 years. Let's sign him up.
6 years is crazy. Because I was telling Kevin this morning, any coach who got hired in 2014, none of them still have that job.
Yeah.
So a 6-year deal right off the rip is a lot.
I mean, that
in
would
fact,
be
one of those
3 Adam
coaches.
Gases.
Adam Gase has been fired twice in that time.
2 times.
So 6-year deal off top is a crazy deal, but it does seem
Also
it seems
for
to fit.
a franchise who's known to just like do everything wrong. You know, it's like when the Lions. If you're working for the Lions, do you think that you're like, I'm probably not that good? Like if the Lions hired me, I must not be that good. And if you're on the Lions and you think you're outsmarting them, like you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna give him a 6-year deal.
I mean,
like you should probably be like, if your first instinct is to do something, you should do the opposite.
Yeah, like Kyle Shanahan got a 6-year deal too, I think, and it was like people wanted Kyle Shanahan, so he had a little leverage. I don't think anyone knew Dan Campbell was around still.
I don't think Dan Campbell even
where
thought
was
he was gonna
Dan
get a head
Campbell?
coaching job
New
in
Orleans.
6 years.
He was in New Orleans.
He was like assistant head coach
But
at
not
New
coaching,
at
just
New Orleans.
drinking. He was just beating people up. He wasn't. It's like if you get, no offense to us, but like if you get hired at Barstool specifically because of your writing skills, you're like, I'm not Mark Twain. Okay. All right. So.
I aimed for the stars, and we landed here at Barstool.
Yeah.
Drake has pushed back his album release because he tore his ACL.
I think that's
Doing
I think this is just such bullshit.
You think he made it up?
This is just Drake so thirsty for athletes. He wants to have like athletic attention because no one fucking.
He did have surgery.
Well, no, but that's fine.
Yeah,
you can
right.
still fucking sing.
No, absolutely. And if you wanted to make the argument
Did
that like
Kanye not go right on through the wire?
yeah, for real.
Dave Grohl broke his leg at a concert and came out and
He was
didn't
fucking-
finish
I
the
went
concert.
To that concert.
You read that
not
show?
the one where he broke it, but where he I went like a couple weeks after he broke it. He still continued the tour. I went and saw him at the Met Stadium, and right after ignoring like 42 texts from some dude there, weird. Nice tie-in sports. But I went, and instead of standing up, he came out on a throne made of electric guitars and fucking still rocked his dick
So
off.
you trying to tell me Drake can't sit in the studio and be like...
And like, I feel like, what's up?
I can't even think of a Drake lyric.
I posted it on the $1 Million Worth of Game page, and I read a lot of comments that he always drops his music too early in the year, that he misses out on like Grammy nominations and shit. So I think he's pushing it back strategically.
then-
Nah. This is him athlete thirsty. This is him, like he's texting KD being like, yo man, what am I supposed to do about this?
Yeah, no, he could just push it back. The
Yeah,
ATL thing is like, yeah, man, I train so hard. I've been, hitting the gym. I've been like fucking, training for like, the NBA All-Star celebrity game. And
I can't imagine how many athletes he's texted about this, and they're always like, dude, just listen to the fucking doctor. I don't.
Or don't, because you're a singer.
And his music, it's
And you're not
sad
going to
boy.
tour anytime soon.
I mean, as
It's not like he's gonna
Coley
be jumping around
said,
stage.
Logan Mankins fucking went to the Super Bowl with 2 torn ACLs.
Yeah.
Trying to tell me Drake
you
can't
can
do
sing,
fucking
dude.
one album?
When your album is called Certified Lover Boy, you don't get to miss out because of a physical injury, all right, man? You're not like metal, dude. You're a fucking R&B like crooner. You don't need your fucking ACLs.
I got laid after the Eagles Super Bowl with 2 sprained ankles. You can put an album out. It's not that hard.
Kate's on fire today.
Yeah.
Second half brought to you by SimpliSafe. Kate, you gotta get SimpliSafe. You're gonna have a little loved one to protect. You're gonna have all this expensive shit now. You're gonna have all these fucking, all these swings and shit that are like $2,000. Someone could just break in your home and steal those. They will steal your baby and steal your swing.
But that stuff's also complex. I'm looking for something simple, Kevin.
Like SimpliSafe, Kate. You don't even need to be an expert. You don't even need to have any technicians in your home. All you gotta do is call up, you talk to them for like 15 minutes, and you set it up all yourself. They mail it to you. It's got all the sensors and the cameras and the lights and the sirens and all that shit. You set it up yourself. There's no long-term commitments, no hidden fees. It's just a month-to-month payment that's very affordable, and it will protect you from burglaries and floods and fires and earthquakes and all that shit, whether you're protecting your loved ones or your belongings or all of it. You can get that 24/7 award-winning production from SimpliSafe. Right now, go to simplisafe.com/rundown. That's SIMPLI safe.com/rundown. You'll get a 60-day risk-free trial, so 2 months, where if you don't like it, you can send it right back, and you'll get a free HD camera for some extra security. And you know what else is the bonus? You set that up like as a doorbell thing, and then you go viral. When inevitably the Amazon delivery man does something stupid, or someone falls on ice, or you're drunk coming home, just
Dan
maybe
Campbell tries to
hypothetically.
eat your kneecaps. Nope, can't get in.
So go to simplisafe.com/rundown to get that. Bachelor news, Dale, I think is his name, and Claire had broken up. Dale broke up with her over Instagram stories, which is a new, I don't think I've heard that one yet. Like, it used to be like, can you break up over text? And this motherfucker's breaking up in a 15-second slide.
Like not even to her?
I think he probably tagged her, but it was just out there. It wasn't like a DM. It was just like, hey, we've decided to go our separate ways. And then Claire was like, oh, word? Like, news to me. I didn't know that was happening. So he said it was like an agreed upon thing, and she was like, no, it's not. So I just can't believe it. They knew each other for 3 days before getting engaged.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. She was the bachelorette, and she didn't.
She was the one who left after like a week.
Yes.
She
She was like, this is the one, and he like cheated on her rampantly throughout the whole time, and broke up with her on Instagram. So
it's a good mix.
Which I'm sure he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and get famous, and she was probably like, I'm in love. And, well, that's how it goes.
I think this is about what you can expect from a Dale and a Claire.
A Dale.
Yes.
I think that's just a bad
Dale.
duo.
Yep.
I think in a relationship you can only have one bad name.
I like that.
Otherwise it gets too toxic.
Yeah.
Also,
You have to have-
Dale and Claire are 2 very different
I
name
think-
levels. No offense to Dale's.
I think of Claire
I think
as
of Claire.
kind of like hoity-toity.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think of Claire's as favorite.
I disagree. I think of Claire's as trash.
No, I think of Dale's is trash. I think of Claire's.
See, I think of
as-
Claire's jewelry where all the little fucking skanks in middle school used to go get their nipples pierced.
The Claire's I know are very like debonair kind of, very like lace curtain, very.
I don't know
And
any
then Dale's
Claire's.
are like, I'm breaking up with you
How
on
about
Instagram,
this?
girl.
Anything
Yeah.
that's named a store in a mall, trash.
A Dale gets
Claire,
his ear pierced at
Spencer,
Claire's.
Spencer.
Spencer.
I don't know if I know.
Wet
Ann.
seal.
Ann.
I don't know. any
Ann's
names.
okay, but Auntie Ann is not. Well, it's good, but it's just not a good name.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Tiffany.
What do you mean?
Trying to think what other names.
Tiffany's.
Tiffany's
Tiffany.
trash.
Tiffany with an I.
Oh, look at me! I
trash.
have a teal box. Fuck off.
Not a fan of Tiffany's jewelry.
I've never been dumped
Zale?
without knowing it.
Yeah, that's a pretty that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Because that's actually, and if that happened to me, I wouldn't admit it. Because now she looks super lame, you know?
That's
like I got
rough.
dumped and I didn't even know.
Have you ever been dumped without knowing it was coming? Like I've known that. I've been like, I've been blindsided by the dumping, but never been like, I didn't know I got dumped.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no, I guess like guys just technically just catching someone cheating. It's like,
Yeah,
I didn't realize I got dumped.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That too. Oh, found out in a roundabout way.
We got Chelsea Clinton. I'm in well, kind of in like a little one-sided thing with Chelsea Clinton right now. I have yet to respond because I don't want to get disappeared by the Clintons. So we were doing Ruth Conda Forever tweets all throughout the inauguration. Chelsea came in hot with her 4-year-old son, Aiden, who explained that it's super cool that it's Joe Biden's first full day of work at the White House, which I just think is patently ridiculous that you'd have a 4-year-old understanding that, you know, it's the Clintons, they're there and shit. I get it that he would maybe know who Joe Biden is, would know about the White House, to understand that it's his like first full day on the job. Anyway, I threw Chelsea in there because I wanted a Clinton in the mix too. And she quote tweeted it and came back saying it's illuminating how many adults don't think that the kids are like learning.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
kind of top roped you there.
no, see,
She kind of like, sorry, I teach my kids shit.
No. See, what she did, her quote tweet kind of just erased her first tweet. She was like, we were just sitting at the breakfast table saying that. I was like, okay, well, your kid can repeat shit to you, sure. But the way she's characterizing it as like I was having, she was like, I brought up numbers to Aiden. It's the 21st day of the 21st year of the 21st century. And he was like, yeah, but did you know it? I mean, that's not what's happening here, which has just sparked. Now I'm being told about 3-year-olds who know the 19th Amendment and how. Yeah,
I don't even know the 19th Amendment.
I was watching a show at like 3 a.m. last night about. Remember the movie Crazy Rich Asians?
Oh yeah.
So it's
Cried
the
twice.
Bling something. It's a reality show that follows Crazy Rich Asians in LA.
Okay.
And they're like, this is my 2-year-old baby G. He speaks French and Mandarin and blah blah blah. And I'm like sitting there with crumbs on my tits. I'm like, oh, piece of shit. I don't know. I flunked out of Spanish.
I had this feeling. I was watching the Tiger Woods doc the other day, and like he was on like full fucking 18 holes when he was like 2, and he can still run around in a goddamn diaper right now because he's constipated, and I gotta like give him X-Lax. So I'm like, I'm thinking to myself like, I'm never gonna be the parent who's like, I'm gonna push you for greatness. You know,
You're
we're
not
gonna
a
make
Tiger
sure.
Dad.
I'm not an Earl Woods. That's not happening. Have you thought about that yet?
Oh God, no! I'm not putting effort into this. No.
Like,
This is just something that happened to me.
No, we're not. I already am like, he can't
I'm
be
just
a
like keep him
swimmer
alive.
because I don't want to sit at the meets. So yeah, no.
We're gonna give him up. We're not even gonna raise him.
It does make me nervous. Like your Ruth Conda Awards.
Yeah.
What if he does say something that is
I know.
like fucking incredible,
Can't do it
and I'm
anymore.
like, I can't.
You can't
because
anymore.
Kevin's gonna shit.
I've said things that my kids have said that should, like, it's gotta be something. You can tweet something that your kids talk about.
Yeah.
It's when you tweet something that's entirely made up about them being politically savvy at the age of fucking 3.
Yeah.
If your kid says something like funny and silly, like there's a lot of people who don't understand the Ruth Conda Forever. Like people who were sending me hard factor tweets that were like, yeah, that's the joke. Like they're doing the satire. That's not real. Or people who are like, yeah, my 3-year-old said like I love chocolate milk, and they're like, you guys are not getting the concept here.
I almost think that's the beauty of it though, because there are like the disagreement, like the one you had today in Australia. Like I believe that one.
Why?
I see that because
was
like
that
I think you're underestimating how much foreigners hated Trump. So like if you lived in like let's say you live in Australia for 2 years and like you just became known as the American, and then like
Is that what's going on? Is that? Has she been there for a long time?
I have no idea. I don't know who that person is. I'm just saying like if that was your coffee shop and you went in there every day for like 2 years and everyone was like, oh, like guess what he did this time, and then like finally it's like he's out.
And I can see that, but I also believe that it's like, hey, like Trump's out, huh? And she's like, it was a spontaneous combustion of applause. I'm like, yeah, the dude behind the counter was like, hey, Joe Biden, huh? Nice.
Like I have a bar I go to, everyone's Irish, and like it wasn't recently, but it's like probably like in November where they're like, hey, he's fucking gone. Like it wasn't a fucking standing ovation like we're at cons.
Right, you're like,
but it was just like it was acknowledged. Con.
Tommy?
I'm looking at Amanda Palmer's tweet right now. What's that? I was just looking at the Australian girl's tweet. If you wanted to, I don't know what Canada is.
The dude who was tweeting about
Oh,
Kamala
speaking of the
Harris's long
dude.
hair that was just the worst tweet ever.
What was it?
He was like, the lasting image I'll remember, Kamala Harris's hair blowing in the wind as she's being sworn in, and then like long hair, like hair longer than anyone who's ever been inaugurated, and then in parentheses, because she's a woman. It was just like the most convoluted tweet about her long hair that was just like, I mean, everybody trying so fucking hard, and they're all so goddamn cringy. It drives me fucking insane.
You mentioned the dude. We forgot to mention that with Dan Campbell. That's the sign on his door. Head coach / the dude.
I mean, you hired the Big Lebowski. Oh, he's gonna walk around in a robe drinking fucking White Russians.
Did you guys see the guy who got the tattoo? Speaking of cringy tweets from Inauguration Day.
Oh, the dick sucking Trump?
Did you? This comedian, I guess, Elijah Daniel, who got on a big part of his body, huge, but it's Trump with a penis in his mouth, tattooed on his arm. And he's like, "Goodbye and good riddance forever. May every future history book remember you as the egotistical shit you are. Because I loved it." And somebody's like, "But why would you do that? That's on your body now, idiot." And he was like, "Because I loved annoying him, and I've been doing it long since before he was president." Nobody knows who the fuck you are.
And you know who definitely doesn't know who you are? Donald fucking Trump.
And now
Not like that
you're
guy's like, "Oh yeah, that comedian got me by fucking getting my face and a dick tattooed on it."
Like, what
That's
a
one of the.
I will say this: if he sees it, it will bother him. He's just not gonna see it.
For the day that he can finally be like, "Check it out, Donald."
Someone got like a fucking huge tattoo of me sucking a cock on their arm. I'd be like, what the fuck, man? Like I will admit it would bother me. Like, what the hell is this? You're definitely living rent free in my head because my face is sucking a dick.
You will think about that guy every day for the rest of your life. You'll wake up every morning.
It's just a matter. This guy's gotta do is gotta mail, because I think the only way to get anything to Trump right now is to mail it to him.
Now you have
So
to
I think
get
you gotta
Chelsea
do
Clinton.
this. Like, you can't tweet it at him, you can't YouTube, you can't fucking. You just gotta mail this to Mar-a-Lago every day. Just hope one day it gets delivered.
Wait outside in bicycle shorts and hope it comes out and sees you. Yeah, that's weird.
Last topic, we learned on the BFFs pod that Brianna and Josh Richards don't know who Dave Matthews Band is, which I think we got to stop being surprised by these things.
See, I have mixed emotions about this because, one, yeah, I
don't
do
think she should
understand
know.
they're young people, but I think they're not in the sweet spot. Like, I know old bands because my dad listened to old bands.
Yeah.
But I guess like when I was born in the '80s and raised in the early '90s, like the Stones were probably about as old as fucking.
No, so they.
Dave
How old
Matthews
is Brianna? She's born in '99. Is she coming over? When were you born again? 99. And so.
But I think the more important question: how old are your parents?
They're old. They're
Okay.
like, my mom's
But
almost
also,
60.
she
So
said,
that makes sense.
But she said that like in the car, her dad would listen to like Howard Stern. So they weren't like music.
Yeah, my
parents.
dad was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a radio talk guy, so
Right.
I didn't hear music.
So I'm thinking like if there was a band, because like Dave Matthews was really big, but like they're really big. But I'm trying to think of like, so for me, a band that was really big in like 82 to 85, like when I was born. That's kind of like what Dave Matthews is to her. I don't know. I don't know if I would know every band from the 80s.
I literally
you know?
never heard of it.
No,
That's
I mean,
that's what's kind of crazy is to have.
I think I heard one of the songs before, but him, I was like, Dave Matthews.
Do you know Blues Traveler?
Maybe if I heard it.
see, like Dave is much bigger than Blues Traveler. Blues Traveler was good in the '90s.
I'll pick one.
I was gonna
Have
say
you heard?
Guns N' Roses. You didn't know, right?
I know Guns N' Roses, but I like couldn't tell you what they look like.
Yeah. Would
Like,
know
what
their
do you
song?
play? Like, do you play like songs for Keegan like that like you love, or Shay? Probably more likely.
I've been doing more like new shit. I haven't like played.
You haven't done like this is
Well,
one of Daddy's
it's
favorites.
It's hard for me because a lot of that is like very inappropriate rap.
Yeah.
And they really do Ruth Conda repeat the lyrics a lot.
So this is 3
so I
6
can't do
Mafia.
that. Yeah,
They
right.
are-
I mean, Shay was singing a Young Thug song the other day when I was trying to learn
That's
that.
fire.
But
I don't think.
Yeah,
did you get like yelled at? Like people like genuinely mad at you?
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
I don't-
saying that, like,
I think what's
I'm
happening-
disgusting.
Like,
This is
we-
fucked up. Like,
we
crazy.
Very
are-
on Dave Matthews of them.
This kind of happened with Jay-Z and Young Thug with $1 Million Worth of Game. Rap is kind of so new that like for the first time ever, there's a rapper who's like washed up. Like Jay-Z has always been cool, and now it's been around long enough that he's old.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what's happening like here at Barstool. Like we've all always been young. And now we're not. We've been around long enough that there are new people who are like, you're fucking old. And we don't know how to handle that. Like, what do you mean you don't know that? It's like, I don't think they should know that.
There's definitely never any like shock with it, but Dave is a big enough one where like, huh, that's interesting. I would have thought that Dave, but it's because I think your parents are older. Because you like, I feel like if you had parents who were in like their 40s or I guess 50, late 40s, whatever, like the age gap between my parents and me is, like they would have played like, oh yeah, these are the songs I liked when I was growing up, and Dave probably would have been in that mix. But now, I mean, it's not weird that young people don't know old things.
Yeah, I don't get why people are so mad. Like, I was literally not conceived yet when he was, like, why would I know?
Right. I think that's what makes us mad, is that we're, like, you've made us realize that
we're old.
The clock's ticking.
That's it, for sure.
Yeah.
But there is a difference with that where, like, I wasn't conceived. Like, I wasn't conceived when the Rolling Stones were around, but I've heard of the Rolling Stones.
But that's like the Rolling Stones.
Right.
Like Dave
but Dave is like almost like a newer, like he was that big. Dave was, I mean, not as big as the Rolling Stones because they like invented rock and roll.
Concerts and shit, there's like
I went down a rabbit hole. I was watching videos of him last night.
And I'm not even like I like Dave Matthews, but I wouldn't fucking go to the wall for him.
You know, I brought up like if she knows the rappers from that generation because like I know Ants Marching and Crash and like that's really fucking, you know, I don't know much else.
I couldn't.
So
I would know a lot of songs.
So that's what I'm thinking. If like somebody brought up Motley Crue, like I know who they are. I know like a couple of their songs. I don't know all of them. But I guess the difference is not knowing them at all because I don't know any of these songs, but I know Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd.
What did you recognize him from? Have you placed that yet?
I think Adam Sandler movies.
Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, that's definitely what it was. Because I thought he was an actor when I first saw him up there.
He was.
But that's the whole point of the game they play. And Dave kept going, he's a generational talent. It's like clearly not. Different generations don't know it. And I think so far the only thing that has translated has been Dave Chappelle, like a comedian.
Yes,
every
that
like
has
music
been.
and actor and all that shit, sports. They don't know each other's, but Dave Chappelle was the only one that everybody knew. So comedy might be like the and I bet you.
What about have you guys done like actors like would Josh recognize like Brad Pitt?
Josh sometimes blows my mind.
There was some actor that he didn't know that was like pretty crazy. And then flip side is like Dave's like, I don't know who that is, and they're like, that person has 100 million followers. So and we think that's crazy, but like they think we're great. I mean that's the whole fucking point. But the only thing that crosses over seems to be comedy. Do other comedians next? Do like Chris Rock and
we'll throw some.
Do you know would you know Eddie Murphy if you saw him?
Yeah.
So like
that's
the thing. Yeah. So that might be the only thing that the young and old both know. So Brianna's young, we're old.
Yeah. That's the end of the story, I guess.
All right, that's it.
Shout out Bob Fox. Conor McGregor interview. I was so fucking happy watching that interview. I was like just like an ear-to-ear smile. Just thrilled.
Let me ask you this, first of all. Do you feel like some of the shine is being taken away from you this week by Conor Jr.? He seems to be stealing the show.
Look, it's going to be hard to keep the shine on me with my son and my children rising up. You know, he's a star in the making for sure. He's a phenomenal young man, a young boy, and he's going to be a phenomenal young man for sure. I have no problem with it.
Absolutely. Seeing you interact with the kids all week has been some of the most awesome videos.
Little girl.
And also, Barstool Sports comes out tomorrow in Michigan.
Shout
You're in
out to our
Michigan or
new
Pennsylvania?
coworkers.
Yes.
Wait,
Nick
what is
Merckx
that?
And Logan Paul.
Well, how does that work?
If I had to guess, it's probably like a revenue split. They didn't give details, but I
Are they
imagine they're
doing
gonna like
podcasts or anything?
I think they're doing like the sports book. So I don't know. He didn't really give many details, but they are going to be like financially tied into the sports book's success. So I mean, if I had to pick two people, it'd probably be those guys. Like specifically Nick Merckx for gaming and Logan Paul for just like the internet. So like the two biggest free agents in my mind. So you know we have Michigan out tomorrow at noon, and we've done everything else with just Pennsylvania. So imagine when we have like 30 states, 40 states, like it's crazy.
We were supposed to bring on Dave Matthews.
Dave was like, fuck this!
He's not charting anymore.
Michigan out tomorrow. If you're in Detroit, go see the guys and download the sportsbook.
And bet McGregor, because he was very convincing in that interview with Robbie.
He really was.
He was like, he's like, no, Robbie, let's get serious for a second here. I'm going to steal the show on Saturday.
All right. All right, that's it. See you tomorrow, or next week.